Hello, my tiny home shoppers. More information on incredible tiny homes. Why are they always saying they're broke? Randy just said the other day in a video, we got to keep the lights on, we got to eat. And just about a few videos back, Amanda said, I wish I was rich. Well, if we could afford it, we would. And I heard him tell the veterans when he was, showing off the home they're giving to the veterans, and he looked at the guy and he said, look, I'm broke, we're just trying to help, something to that effect. That wasn't the exact words, so don't put me down as that. Well, let's just see, are they really broke? Well, they have been, definitely. Randy lost everything and due to the pandemic, and he built his company back. They built their home in Amanda's backyard. I guess they were still orang-a-dangin' about then, I don't know, but they built their first home. It's an amazing job that he's done building up his company, and he should be very proud of it. And they are not broke, not by any means. So how do I know that? Well, if you can't read the pictures I've got here with their finances from 2023, it's hard to get their exact finances because they are a privately owned company. But you see here in 2023, let's talk about the numbers because that's something they definitely understand. In 2023, their company made $16,463,758. That's great. That's absolutely great. Now, their net profit, which I had to look it up to make sure I was right, is what they had left over as the profits. And Randy and Amanda, as the owners, they would split this or decide what to do with it. It is theirs to have and do what they want with. So, after they paid all their bills and everything they owed out, they had a net profit of $1,425,990. Now, if you divide that by two, Randy and Amanda, there's two of them, you come up with $712,995. Keeping in mind, they still have to pay their federal and state income tax, personal taxes like me and you do, out of that. They still came out with a hefty little paycheck there. So when I see them saying, I wish I was rich, well, if you were rich, would you go back to school? So, man, I'm so aggravated with them. I've just made a fool of myself telling people how great they were. I'm so ticked off at myself, really. So they each had a profit of $712,995. So almost $713 in 2023. That's 1 year profit. That's your paycheck. Now it's up to the owners whether they want to take $100,000, $200,000, all the $700,000, put it in their bank account, or if they want to reinvest it in their company. Now I don't give a rat's furry butt if they reinvest it in their company or not. The point is, they each had the $700,000, and they could do what they wanted with it. They could either put it in their bank accounts, and it looks like Amanda at least put some in her bank accounts. Well, that's great. That's great, right? I mean, they're a company. They are $1 million company, even though they went, we're so broke. Oh, well, we just can't afford it, Amanda. So, that's just bull. And I hate that they're trying to make people feel sorry for us. We're poor and stupid. Well, anyway. So, they're making out. Or at least they did for 2023. 2022 wasn't as good of a year. They came in with, on the minus side. But they made it up 2023. And I have a feeling they did pretty darn good in 2024. Although that has not been disclosed yet. So, it ticks me off when they go around and they keep saying, gotta keep the lights on, we gotta eat. I wish I could afford to do that. We just can't. We're just a small company. Sure, Randy, sure. So what makes me think, that they were struggling for money? Them and their videos. They are lying. Flat out, dirty dog, lying. They got plenty of money, honey. So, I know Amanda, most of the time, she dresses like, well, you think she hadn't bathed in days, but what they do is, especially now since she's bought a salon, and she bought that in April, I think, she's been coming in one day, making 5 or 6 videos for the week, and then she's got the rest of the week off. That, I'm assuming that. I don't know that for a fact. It's just what it looks like's going on. And lots of YouTube channels do that. There's nothing wrong with doing that. But don't try to say, this is a brand new this is a brand new video. No, that video was posted 12 days ago. That's when you made it, because that's how far your videos go back. But no, they posted a message and told me, no, that was 10 days ago. You think I can't count? Man, they need some brains over there. I can count. Check it out. So anyway, let's move on. So Amanda made a video where she was, She was testing a candy bar. Now, the candy bar costs $29.95, and she tells you that right up front. She says, I guess I didn't have anything else to spend $29.95 on that day. I don't know, a homeless shelter, a dog shelter. I'll take it for some extra groceries. Only rich people talk like that. So there you are. You're poor. And she said in a video, which I can gladly give you the link to, I wish I was rich. Anybody that makes $700,000 a year is rich. Write it down. Look it up. It's rich. Okay? You're running a company. You're supposed to be making money. That's fine. Make money. That's great. But don't lie to people and make it, we can barely afford to eat. Yeah, sure. I mean, you may dress like a slob and act like you don't have a brain in your head, but you've got plenty of money. So you can pay somebody to think for you, but you don't. So that's stupid. So anyway, she's showing this candy bar that she proudly says, I spent $29.95 on it. Well, that's not tax and shipping, so she spent more than that. And if somebody can spend $30 on a damn candy bar, you're rich in my book, okay? I don't know anybody that would ever have. I didn't like having to spend what I spent on my kids' candy that they sold in school. Or as Amanda would say, school. She don't really talk like that. And you can catch her in her videos talking normal. That's all an act, Okay, so while she's talking about the candy bar, she manages to dog up her own daughter, Lindsay. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. 4 of those times she was saying, she's no fun. She's no fun. Maybe she's busy running that fancy salon you just bought her. Maybe she don't want to do what you do. Okay, yeah, she threw her own daughter under the bus all those times. 3, 6, 7. She sure did. I counted them. Talking about she's no fun. Well, she's obviously got a knot up her butt, got her panties in a bunch because her daughter didn't help her do a video over a $30 candy bar. Yes, ma'am. So she also says in the video that she bought a building in White Pines, Tennessee, studios on Main, and made it into a salon. Here I've got some pictures of it. And it's a very nice salon. I checked out some of the prices and stuff. It's the same price as most other salons. It's really nice. She's the owner. Her daughter's the manager. So I'm sure she's pretty caught up in that. But guess what? People don't go buy salons and all that stuff that go in them unless they're rich. Okay? So quit trying to go around and saying, I wish I was rich. I wish we could do more, but we just don't have the money. We're a small company. We got to keep the lights on. We got to eat. All that dumb hick stuff. Oh, my God, man. Oh, my God. What a piece of work. So are they broke, poor, and everything else? No, they are not. That's a lie to reel people in for every penny they can get from you. So that's the take on that. They did very well. They both had a big profit that year. And if she don't think $700,000 for a year's pay is, and I got the impression that she also gets a paycheck every week or however often they do it from the company. Because Randy asked her one day, who signs your paychecks? And she said, I do. And then they just giggled about it. If you notice on their videos, they don't know what they're talking about. They never know the prices. Absolutely, that's one of my biggest pet peeves about them. You're interested in this house, and once you get past all the long, drawn-out, boring stories, oh, I don't know, Amanda, how much is this? I don't know. Call Tim in the sales. He knows. If Tim's the only one that knows any damn thing, Tim should be doing the videos. There they are. It just aggravates me how dumb they act. So anyway. I just wanted to give you the breakdown. They're not broke. They're not poor. They're not struggling. They're doing fine, and they should. They're trying to run a business. That's great that they're making money. Just stop lying and faking it up. How y'all are just scraping and everything. Come on. That's just ridiculous. Just because they have been broke in the past, they're not now. Good for them. Be proud of it. Don't lie. Don't lie, but they don't have enough sense, because you can catch them in lie after lie that they say in their own videos. They don't even know what they said 6 videos ago, but they contradict themselves. So no, I'm not up for all the fake lying. Stop saying you're broke. You're not broke. That's a wrap.